Welcome to Island Smile YouTube channel. For today's recipe, we will be making the Sri Lankan breadfruit curry, known as Del curry in Sinhalese. A dish with a creamy rich texture from coconut milk and spices. This breadfruit curry pairs perfectly with warm rice and a thick flavorful beef or chicken curry. Here are the ingredients to make the breadfruit curry. 1 medium-sized breadfruit or del, 2.5 cups of water, but use more if needed. You can also substitute the water with very thin coconut milk. 2 teaspoons of unroasted curry powder. I'm substituting unroasted curry powder with Jaffna curry powder for a more robust flavor. If you want your breadfruit curry to taste milky and creamy and light, then use unroasted curry powder. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, half a teaspoon of pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, reduce if needed, salt to season, curry leaves and pandan leaves, both for cooking and tempering, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 2 large onions sliced, used again for cooking and tempering, 1 cup of thick coconut milk, use half a cup more if you want more gravy, 3 whole red chilies for tempering, substitute this with red chili flakes, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds for tempering, and 4 tablespoons of oil. Before making the breadfruit curry, we need to clean and prepare the breadfruit to cook. I would suggest using an old knife for this purpose. Slice off the top of the breadfruit and use it to remove the milky sap. You can do this by rubbing the sliced stem in a circular motion, drawing out the sap and removing it or wiping it off. Do the same with the bottom of the breadfruit. Now cut off the green skin . And once the skin is removed, cut the clean breadfruit in half, then into 4, stem to bottom lengthwise. Cut the core off of each slice and slice them into 1.5-inch cubes. You can place them in water to avoid them browning. If your hands are sticky with the sap, just add a few drops of oil and wash thoroughly. You can do the same with the knife. Now that you have the breadfruit cleaned and ready, let's make the del curry. To a cooking pan, add the breadfruit pieces. If you can, place them in a single layer. Pour in the water to cover the breadfruit completely. As mentioned before, you can substitute water with very thin milk. Add the curry leaves. Add the fenugreek seeds, minced garlic, turmeric powder, red chili powder, pepper powder. I'm substituting unroasted curry powder with Jaffna curry powder for a more robust flavor. If you want your breadfruit curry to taste milky and creamy and light, then use unroasted curry powder. Add half of the chopped onions. Season with salt. Stir the ingredients in the pan. And then over low-medium heat. At this point, you have to let the breadfruit long enough to be semi-soft. For this purpose, you can add more water or thin milk to reach that state. Once the breadfruit are tender, gently pour in the coconut milk. Stir and combine well. Cook over low-medium heat. Taste and season with salt. Continue to cook the breadfruit curry until you have soft breadfruit pieces immersed in a creamy, thick, flavorful gravy. Set aside. And now let's make the tempering. To temper, place a small frying pan over low heat and pour in the oil. Add the remaining curry leaves and pandan leaf. Fry them for a few seconds. And then add the rest of the chopped onions. Cook until the onions turn slightly translucent and brown at the edges. Then add the dried chilies. Stir, add the mustard seeds. Cook until the tempering turns golden in color. Once you have the tempering ready, gently pour this onto the breadfruit curry. Combine with the breadfruit and serve while the curry is still warm. And this is your Sri Lankan breadfruit curry. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon with another great recipe you can try.